Hello, and welcome to the Resume Writing Workshop, brought to you by the Ohio Means Jobs Geauga County Career Center. The Ohio Means Jobs Geauga County Career Center is located within the new Geauga County Administration Building, located at 12611 Ravenwood Drive, Chardon, Ohio 44024.
What is a resume? A resume is a 1 to 2 page document that describes your qualifications and what makes you unique. It is like a marketing tool that you can utilize to sell yourself, and it should market your strengths and how you're the best match for the job. A successful resume will grab the attention of employers and recruiters, sell your strongest skills and accomplishments, be targeted to the position that you are applying for, shows how you're a match for a position, and leads you to speaking with someone and/or an interview. You want to target your resume to the position you are applying for, such as if you're looking for an engineering position, you will want to highlight any experience or skills that you have that would show that you would be a great match for the engineering position that they're looking for. If you already know that you're going to be searching for a variety of jobs, then you will want to make a more general resume that has a variety of different types of skills and experience on it to show that you would be good for different types of positions. In this workshop, I will teach you what a successful resume should look like, teach you what ATS systems are, and resume formats. I will also cover the definition of action words, keywords, soft, hard, and transferable skills, and how those will help you create a strong resume. Finally, I will go into the actual typing and building of the resume. An ATS system is software that manages the recruiting and hiring process, including job postings and job applications. This type of system is commonly used by employers today for online applications and searches for keywords within your resume based on the job description of the job that is being applied for. This means that the ATS system is basically searching for keywords related to the job description on your resume. If it does not find those keywords, then it bypasses your application. ATS systems do not read graphics. This means that if you use a resume template that has lots of graphics, tables, or columns, it may not be read properly by the ATS system. This can also result in your application not being considered for the job. Resume formats. There are 3 different types of resume formats, and you will want to identify which format is best for you before you start typing your resume. There's the reverse chronological resume, the functional resume, which is also referred to as a skills-based resume, and a hybrid resume, which is also referred to as a combination resume. The reverse chronological resume. The reverse chronological resume focuses on listing work history from most recent to oldest. Only go back 15 years maximum in your work history. This is the most commonly used resume format, and employers are usually familiar with this style, so it makes it easier for them to scan through because they know exactly what they're looking for, and will be able to see that you have each job's duties and responsibilities listed and the dates for that job. So it does make it easy for the employer to just scan through and see everywhere you worked, what you did there, and how long you worked there. This kind of resume is ideal for someone who has plenty of relevant work experience to the job type that they are currently applying for. For example, someone who has 2 or more past jobs at engineering companies who's now looking for a new engineering position, this would be a good resume format for them. The main focus of this resume will be a work history section, which includes bullet points or paragraphs to illustrate what your duties, responsibilities, and accomplishments were for each individual job. Here's an example of a reverse chronological resume. If you look in the employment history area, you can see that it has the company name and the position they were at and the dates, and then bullet points with the duties that they were responsible for. You'll notice that everything is consistent with the font size, and where the dates are lined up at, and it looks nice and neat. The functional skills-based resume focuses on the professional skills or experience that you possess, which applies to the job that you are applying for. This kind of resume is a great match for someone who does not have work history that matches with what they are applying for, but does have transferable skills from past jobs, education, or training. An example of this would be someone who has past experience in the restaurant industry, front of house, who is now applying for a front desk position at a hospital, and also attended an online training program for office operations and common receptionist software programs. This would be a good example for them because even though they have not previously worked at a hospital or healthcare corporation or at a front desk position, they still worked in the front of house at a restaurant where they had to greet people and assist people with customer service skills. The main focus of this resume will be a skills section identifying the soft skills, hard skills, and transferable skills which apply to the job at hand. You can see in this example that there's a section that says professional experience. You can word that a few different ways. Some people put core experience, professional experience, core qualifications. Some people put professional skill set. You can use different wording for that. But you can see in this example that they made sections for operations management, financial administration, and compliance and training. In this way, they're able to focus on the skills that they have in those 3 different categories. You'll also see beneath that they have a work history section, except in this case, it is a short work history section. It just lists the company, the position name, and the dates. It doesn't list bullet points of the responsibilities and duties they were responsible for. It only lists the information of the position and company they worked at. A hybrid combination resume combines reverse chronological and functional resume into one. This means that there will be a skills section along with a work history section containing bullet points or paragraphs describing your duties, accomplishments at each individual job. This kind of resume is also ideal for someone who does not have work history directly related to the job they are applying for, but does have skills, experience, and education which are transferable. Some employers like to see both the skills section and a detailed work history section so they can receive as much information as possible regarding your skills and past experience. They may be able to better identify transferable skills that you did not even realize would be applicable. This is an example of a hybrid resume. You can see in this one that they have the skills section and they also have a detailed work history section. So for this one, they do have listed some skills that they possess, and then they also have the work history with all the bullet points of what they were responsible for at each job. An action word is just as it sounds and describes an action. It's recommended to use a variety of action words when describing your duties or accomplishments throughout your resume. This will make the resume sound more professional and compelling. Some examples of action words would be developed, negotiated, resolved, enhanced, facilitated, consulted. These are all words that are better used to start the sentences in your resume rather than saying, I did this or I completed this task. Instead of talking in first person or with simple words, you want to use more developed action words. Some more examples of action words used in a sentence would be skillfully performed all office accounting tasks at an efficient rate. Redeveloped entire restaurant menu in 2015, increasing sales revenue by 150%. Redesigned the employee handbook according to legal and benefit changes. Promoted a positive atmosphere by going above and beyond to guarantee each customer received exceptional food service. You can also do more research on the internet and find more types of action words if you would like a longer list. Another key element that you will want to use in your resume is keywords. You will want to insert keywords throughout your resume that are from the job description you are applying for. Here is an example of a job description. Cleveland Home Care Company is seeking a full-time experienced receptionist. As a receptionist, you will be the ambassador of our company's first impression on guests and visitors. Duties will include, but not limited to, filing, answering phones, making appointments for residents, and checking in visitors. Knowledge of Microsoft Word and Excel are a must. Must be professional, prompt, dependable, and be able to pass a background check and have reliable transportation. The keywords that you would want to take from that and insert into your resume based on the above description would be filing, answering phones, also known as telecommunication, making or scheduling appointments, check-in for visitors, patients, or guests, proficient or knowledgeable in Microsoft Word and Excel, professional, punctual, timely, dependable, and reliable. It's okay to insert the exact keywords based on the job description. This will help your application be pulled in the ATS systems and make it more likely that you will be contacted by the employer, and it will put you at the top of the list of applicants that they will want to contact. The next portion is soft skills, hard skills, and transferable skills. Soft skills are a combination of people skills, social skills, communication skills, character or personality traits, career attributes that enable people to navigate their environment, work well with others, perform well, and achieve their goals. Some examples of soft skills are team player, being an analytical thinker, personable, working well under pressure. Soft skills are skills that are more difficult for an employer to teach you. These are things that they look for someone to already have as they begin the position. Hard skills are specified, clearly defined, and quantified work-related skills, also known as job-specific skills or technical skills. They are teachable abilities you can learn in the classroom, on the job, or through training or books. Hard skills are typically skills that are easier for an employer to teach you. These are skills that they can show you step by step through various training techniques. Some examples would be words per minute, typing 60 words per minute, operating a forklift, unarmed self-defense, administering medication. Those are all skills that you would have to have proper training to learn at some point in time. Whereas soft skills are skills that you typically learn across the course of your life. And again, it is more difficult for an employer to take time to teach someone how to be a team player or to work well under pressure than it would be to teach them on hands-on skills. Transferable skills are any skills that you possess that are useful to employers across various types of jobs and industries. Transferable skills can be used to position your past experience when applying for a new job, especially if it's in a different industry. A good example of transferable skills is excellent customer service. Customer service can be transferred from one industry to another. Whether you work in a retail clothing store or a grocery store or a restaurant, you can transfer that customer service to different types of industries that require the customer service. Another example is adept in written and verbal communication. Anything where you are responsible for professional emails, speaking professionally over the phone, working with others, communicating when needed to communicate in a professional and nice way, and being able to speak up for important matters is something that can transfer from job to job. Multitasking would be another transferable skill because there are many different types of positions, no matter what job category you're in, where you will have to juggle many tasks at the same time and learn. Now that you've learned about what your resume should have within it, such as action words, keywords, soft skills, hard skills, we're going to get into the actual typing of the resume. So the first thing you'll want to start with is creating a heading. So you'll have your full name bolded or make it bigger, such as in the example to the right. You can provide your address, but it is optional. If you don't feel comfortable providing that, you do not have to. The best phone number to reach you by, and you will want to put a cell phone if possible, but if not, that's okay. A professional email address. So a professional email is more of a simple, like first initial, last name, or your first name and last name. You don't want to make it anything more personal. If you have a personal email, that's fine, of course. You just don't want to use it for applying to jobs. So if it's something kind of funny or goofy or a nickname, you don't really want to use that. This is also the area that you will want to provide your LinkedIn website or URL if you have one. The qualification summary is the next section that you want to put into your resume. This is a professional description of yourself, which can be done in paragraph form or with bullet points. This paragraph exemplifies your qualities, experience, and can also include noteworthy accomplishments. An example is an experienced professional with a unique combination of technical expertise, managerial experience, business leadership, and design and production support. Led the delivery and implementation of XYZ mission-critical software system. This is a paragraph where you will want to list your top strengths that you possess, any strengths that you really pride yourself on, and make you a great candidate. You'll also want to put any accomplishments in this paragraph. This could be anything from leading a team, planning an event, making a certain sales quota, or implementing any type of idea or system into your workplace. And that will want to go right under the heading, just like in this picture here. Following that, you'll put a skills section, and this is specifically for a functional resume or a hybrid resume. So you don't have a skills section if you're using the reverse chronicle resume. So for the skills section, the purpose of this is to really highlight these skills, so when the employer looks at your resume, that's the first thing that they see. A skills section consists of bullet points with strong descriptive phrases to describe your skills. Some examples are adept with Microsoft Office Suite, creatively deliver 1 to 3 hour long presentations, conduct the planning of publicly advertised events, 4+ years experience delivering high quality customer service. The nice thing about the skills section is you can put a variety of skill sets that you have within it. Rather than in the work history where you put bullet points specifically for that particular job, in the skills section you can condense all of your variety of skills into one section. This way the employer can see the variety of different skills and experience you have without having to read through multiple bullet points throughout your whole resume. Here's some examples of what a skills section would look like. On the left one, you can see it's right underneath the qualifications paragraph. So this way the employer can hone right in on that area where they see that this person has experience with software upgrades, troubleshooting, system administration, and then in the management area, training and development, customer relations, budget administration. So it's easier for the employer to hone in and see those key skills that you have. On the right side is another way you can do it, where instead of simple bullet points, you can make it more into a sentence form. But you still want to make sure you're using those keywords and those action words in these two different types of skill sections. The work history will be the next section of the resume. In your work history, you're going to want to list the company name, the city and state where you were employed at, your position title, and the dates worked. You'll also want to put bullet points of the duties and accomplishments if you're doing a reverse chronological resume, or if you're using a hybrid resume. So for the reverse chronological and the hybrid, you will list bullet points for each specific job with your duties and accomplishments. If you're utilizing a functional resume, you don't need to include bullet points of your duties. You will just list minimal work history info, which will be just the company name, the position title, and the dates worked, but you will not provide bullet points of your duties. So continued, if you look on the left, the reverse chronological shows professional experience, which is another way sometimes people word their work history section. So you can see on that one, it has the company name, city and state, position, title, and the dates, and then it has bullet points for each specific job. And then on the right side of your screen, you can see a functional or hybrid example. It shows the work history section, and it just shows position, company, date started to date ended. So there's the example for both types of resumes. For your accomplishments, it is recommended to add any work accomplishments into your work history section, along with the bullet points listed of your duties and responsibilities. So again, this would be if you have a reverse chronological resume and you're listing bullet points for each specific job. Within those bullet points, you'll also want to put in any accomplishments or achievements that you can think of. If space allows for it on your resume, you can also add an entire accomplishments or achievements section to your resume to highlight any major professional achievements. If you do add achievements, accomplishments, and awards to your resume, you'll show how well you performed your job, which will put you ahead of other competition in the job market. So rather than just listing what you had to do, this exemplifies how well you did at your job. Here are some ideas for brainstorming any accomplishments for your resume. So you can think about any revenue or sales you may have increased for the company, money you saved for the company, time you saved, problems you identified and solved, any ideas or innovations you introduced, procedures or systems you developed, implemented, or optimized, any special projects you worked on, any industry awards you won, could also be Employee of the Month, and then definitely any promotions to higher positions that you got within that job. Some further examples for accomplishments would be some job-specific accomplishment examples. For an administrative assistant, managed busy schedules and travel plans for 3 corporate executives while performing general office duties. Another one for the sales representative would be developed relationships with 110 new clients and typically exceeded sales goals by 20%. For cashier, achieved Employee of the Month 3 times through efficiency and accuracy, with the second highest sales rate for store rewards cards. For mechanical engineer, planned, designed, and developed tools, engines, and mechanical equipment, achieved an 18% uplift in efficiency. Here's some examples of a couple different ways you can put accomplishments into your resume. On the left side, this person put key accomplishments section, so just a whole section listing some noteworthy accomplishments that they've made in their past experience. And then another way you can do it is if you look at the right side underneath your work history or professional experience, after you type out your bullets for each specific job, you can put in italics a little key accomplishments section, and you can do that for each specific job. If you don't have anything to come up with for every single job, you can just do it for the ones that you can remember any accomplishments for. Finally, the education and volunteer work section. So for your education section, you should only list any relevant education. So for example, if you do have your bachelor's degree, you don't need to list your high school. So provide your school name, the city and state where you studied at, and the name of the degree or diploma received if you received that. If not, you can still list the school that you went to and any key courses, or for instance, if you did nursing studies, you can put key nursing courses and list the ones that you took. You will want to use the same format for your education section as you do for your work history section, so everything on your resume is consistent. There is no need to provide dates for education unless you feel comfortable doing so. Dates of education can reveal your age, and it actually makes individuals susceptible to ageism, even though that is illegal. And you can also list any relevant trainings, programs, or certifications within your education section as well. For volunteer experience, if you do not have any volunteer experience, that's okay. But if you have enough space on your resume, if you have anything that is relevant to what you're applying for, you can go ahead and add a volunteer section following the same format, the place that you volunteered at, the city and state you were at, and you can put a couple bullet points of what you did, or if you had a specific title of what you did there, like cashier, you could put that too as well. So here's an example of the education section highlighted in yellow. Some people do like to put if they were on the dean's list, or if they want to add their GPA, you can do that, but you are not required to do that. Some additional tips you definitely want to keep in mind when you write your resume. Be sure to use a simple font style such as Arial, Calibri, or Georgia. You really don't want to do anything too fancy. You really just want your resume to look nice, simple, and neat, and easy to read. Your resume should be tailored to the type of job you're seeking. The page or pages should read neatly and easily for the employer, with headings for each section and spacing that makes the page look neat and organized. Your dates of employment, education, or volunteer work should be lined up consistently along the right side of the paper. Double check for any grammatical or spelling errors to maintain professionalism. Be sure to write in past tense when you're talking about a past job, and present tense when talking about a job you're still at if you still have a current position. Be consistent when using bullet points, italics, or bolding. So for example, if you italicize your job title for one of your jobs, be sure to do it for every single job that you list in your work history. So in conclusion, I hope you learned what a resume is and what a strong resume should look like. I hope you have a better understanding now about what ATS systems are, the 3 different resume formats, action words, keywords, soft skills, hard skills, and transferable skills, how to type your resume, and some additional tips for resume creating. Thanks so much for listening, and have a good day.
Thank you for that great presentation. The Ohio Means Jobs Geauga County Career Center is available to provide you further assistance with things such as creating or updating your resume, cover letter, thank you letter writing, your LinkedIn profile, computer assistance, etc. Please feel free to reach out to us either by phone, email, or online, or by visiting the Career Center Monday through Friday from 8 to 3:30.